He did say that. He did say that.
And I think I think I did agree with you for like a day.
Oh, we've seen Brady for years.
The only ring I got, my wife gave to me. Easy with that one.
But it was Pedro. Like, we were hoping that Pedro was going to be here today, and we were going to be able to pin the two of you together, but he had some type of family situation that he had to attend to and couldn't be here. But we're glad you're here. I'll start by saying, do you understand what's going on here with this whole Jimmy Fund? Because I know you've spent time with the kids down in spring training. When did you first learn of it? Did you know of the Jimmy Fund when you were pitching for the White Sox?
Yes, so obviously you come to Fenway Park, and it's very well advertised around the park. I know that this is one of their, or probably I think it's the longest tenured organization that's been with the Red Sox. And what it means, I mean, it's huge. I mean, you're talking about doing great things for people that are in need and deserve it. So, what a better way to get this thing rolling.
And we had heard you got involved. You kind of jumped into this thing. I mean, you're part of it now.
No, I mean, and they asked me if I would come and say hey to some people and talk on the radio. And, anytime I can give my time back to people that, deserve it. And, you can see the smile on these kids' faces. They thoroughly enjoy this. So, anytime you can bring some light to, for these kids, it's an easy yes.
Yeah, is it just getting into baseball? I'm always curious. You're working every 5 days, right? And is there a certain routine that you go through? Like, how superstitious are you about what you do do you have a routine?
I have a routine. I mean, I'm not the most superstitious person in the world. I don't have to wear the same socks, underwear, stuff like that.
Do you have to get dressed the same way every day?
No, I don't. I have my same basic routine, but it's not set in stone. There are some days, if I'm feeling good, I'll do more. If I'm not feeling good, I'll do less. Just kind of go on how I feel.
Do people stay away from you? Is it the rule, stay away from
No,
okay,
I'm not one of those guys.
No, you can have a conversation when you're pitching?
Oh, yeah. I mean, even in between innings, I like to be pretty, focused when I'm pitching on the field, but, before the game, I mean, I can't lock it in at 2 o'clock. That's too much for me. So, I lock it in probably about an hour before the game when I'm preparing, and then, after that, I'm, stayed locked in until I'm done, and then it's over.
You pitch at amazing pace, and you've worked with Sandy here in Boston now, and it seems like you guys are on the same page. And I've heard you say before that it's really that you don't shake, because it's really more about location for you than it is maybe which pitch it is, which still blows my mind a little bit, that maybe after a game, maybe if you don't get hit a little bit or give up a home run late or whatever, get in trouble, where you don't sit in bed going, why did I throw that pitch? And I don't think that would get you more involved in pitch selection, but you still, whatever you put down, I'm in.
Good pitches don't go over the fence, So if I give up a home run, it's more than likely, a slider that I hung or a fastball that leaked over the plate. So it always goes back to location, and at the end of the day, I mean, if you throw, a great pitch and a guy hits it out, you tip your cap. So, I mean, it leaves no doubt in my mind. I've never been a thinker on the baseball field.
You're not in hitters meetings or pitchers meetings. You just
I mean, for me, it's not. I shouldn't say it's not important, but for me, I don't put a lot of weight on it. I'm just like my routine. I go based on how I feel, and if I mean, for me, it's nice to know that I've never thrown a pitch that I doubted. And if for me, it's if you start shaking off and doing this other stuff, it's there's doubt in your mind. If Sandy calls a fastball and I shake to a slider, I'm doubting my fastball. You know, and that's just my philosophy. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's how I think. So, for him, when he calls a fastball, I don't care who's in the box. I don't care what count it is. I'm going to throw it, and I'm going to give it everything I got.
So so who the catcher is doesn't matter at all then, right? I mean, if that's the case, then no matter, there's no trust that you need to have with any catcher. He picks the pitch for you, you throw it, you have faith in your pitch. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, I mean, we could have Mitch call my pitches from first base, and I'd roll with it.
Listen, you've been frank when games are over, when things haven't gone well, and I wonder what you thought about Boston when you heard that you were coming here, because this is an interesting town. We're emotionally invested in the team, scrutinize every little detail of the game. Some towns aren't like that. You seem to have fit right in. Did you program it? Did you come here? There are certain days you don't talk, certain days you do talk. Did you have an idea of what this town was about?
Yeah, I mean, you obviously know a little bit about it before you get into it. For me, the biggest thing is accountability, right?
Yep.
Like, nobody likes excuses. If you suck, you suck. If you did good, you did good, right? So there's no reason to make excuses on, failure or success. This is a pretty black and white game where it's you got it done or you didn't get it done. And it doesn't matter if two guys on the team did good on a losing day, you still lost the game. And it doesn't matter if, two guys did really bad on a winning day, you still won the game. And I think the more you can focus on the important things and not so much the little things going on, that's been my mindset is if we win, I'm good. It doesn't matter if I give up 7 or 1. If we win the game, that's the objective. It doesn't matter how we get there. Just like if we lose a game, it doesn't matter how we lost it, we lost. But tomorrow's always a new day. So, that's kind of my philosophy and how I've gone about this year.
So you're not you're not paying attention to your stats, your ERA. You could give 2 craps about
10
that.
strikeout games.
Because they don't matter. They don't matter. They really don't. I mean, if you are here for the right reasons, those things don't matter. They don't, because at the end of the day, there's only one record, one thing that counts, and that's the left column. And the more you can get in the left column, the better off you're going to be, and that's all that matters.
I'm curious with your rotation. You guys are deep, you guys are good, and I'm curious the influence on what you see. You play with pace. You know what I mean? You throw the ball, you catch the ball. There isn't a lot of time in between. How much discussion is guys like? Because it looked like Erod was kind of picking up the pace and Pomeranz, so it looks like they're kind of feeding off of that, seeing that success for you. How much discussion do you have with those guys?
Not so much just about what each individual person is, just kind of as a whole. I think we all know that your guys behind you are going to be more ready to go when you're working at a quick pace. It throws the hitters off. It doesn't give them as much time to get comfortable in the box or give them as much time to think about what's going on. Not only that, but nobody wants to sit around for 3 hours.
Right.
3.5.
3.5. 3's not bad.
Yeah. Well,
Take 3.
3's good.
I mean, umpires, fans, even the players, like we don't want to be out there for 3.5, 4 hours. That's absurd. So, and for me, it's not that hard. I mean, I play once a week. I have one job: get the ball, throw the ball, and anything else into that is kind of wasted.
How excited are you about the possibility of finally pitching in the postseason?
I can't wait. I mean, that's the most exciting part about me being with this team. And I mean, there's a lot of things that go in with being a part of the Boston Red Sox organization. We play at one of the coolest stadiums in all of sports. It's very rich in history. I mean, the players that have come through here, I mean, you're talking about retired numbers and Hall of Famers and all these things. I mean, it's all cool, but at the end of the day, we have a realistic shot of going all the way and being the last man standing, and that's exciting. That's what I signed up for.
Maybe the Yankee Red Sox rivalry isn't maybe what it was. 03-04 was like the height of it, and it was just off the charts. But I'm curious because the young players, the young core, you're starting to see it. They're a good team. You guys are a good team. Does it have a different feel when you walk into Yankee Stadium and face the Yankees as a member of the Red Sox?
Yes, wearing this uniform is completely different. You can feel it. I mean, people in New York have never been really nice to me, but they hate me now. So I heard some pretty interesting things out in the bullpen last time warming up. Just some guys.
You were nicer to me last year. What the hell is going on?
Same guy.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just how they are, I guess.
It's a good thing, though, isn't it? A good thing.
Yeah, I don't go to New York to make friends.
Yeah, good. It's a really good thing. That they hate you.
One question. What have you seen in Devers? We've been talking about Devers really since he got moved up, and just every day it seems like he wows you. Not you, but everybody as far as what he's capable of doing, just at such a young age. What is it about him that you've seen that you think allows him to be as successful as he has been so early in his career?
I think it's his chillness, how the game never looks like it's speeding up on him. He always kind of looks like he's in control, and he never panics. I mean, last night, for example, I mean, he turns a triple play, I mean, and hits. I mean, has a ball taking him to the right, steps on the bag, and I mean, fires a missile that hits, our second baseman right in the chest. And just it's little things like that. The at bat against Chapman in New York. And even in his first few games, you could see that, he wasn't overwhelmed. I mean, this is you walk out on that field, and sometimes you're like, oh wow, this is a lot. But and not only him, but we have a very young core group of guys that are kind of ahead of their time, and I think that goes, that goes to show what kind of support we have here. Not only the coaching staff, but the coaching staff down in the minor leagues, and just the culture that they have, set in this organization.
Benintendi seems the same way. Like
exactly.
You talk about that flatline kind of thing, like unfazed.
Yeah, and they bring it every day. I mean, you're talking about competing at the highest level and still being able to bring it every day, no matter, the weather, the travel, the consecutive games, whatever it is. That's what I appreciate about this team is there's no excuses. It's just it's go time.
People have said now, probably for 3 years, that you're the best bargain in the game, that there are pitchers that are making $30 million, and you're nowhere close to that. I haven't heard you bitch one single time about that money. Do you do it? Do you do it, Chris? Do you do it? Do you do it Do you do it privately?
No, I don't talk about money.
That doesn't
That's not
bother
my deal.
you. This
No.
doesn't bother you that you see guys who are not nearly as good as you making far more money than you are?
No, I mean, in the short answer, no, because I knew what I was getting myself into when I did it, and at the end of the day, I'm living out my dream and getting paid to do it. I don't know if I need to say
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm
speaking. We don't see that.
When I was like, okay, so I'm sitting here. I'm 5 years old. I'm in Miss Springer's kindergarten class at Carlton Palmore Elementary in Lakeland, Florida. And what do you want to do when you get older? I want to be a Major League Baseball player. 23 years later, I mean, how can I complain about anything?
No, it's great.
Is that
There's Sox fans everywhere going to buy the game jersey right now. I'm just saying, Chris Sale. There's people everywhere driving, going, yes, I love this guy.
Yeah, but
do you remember what that teacher said to you when you said that? Oh, nice. Go draw me a picture.
Yeah. I don't remember. It was probably right after nap time anyway. So it's probably a little delusional, but
Chris, listen, thanks for coming down here.
Yeah,
we
no
really
problem.
appreciate it.